Hi, I'm Lee Ray, and for AMA's October Build Month, I'd like to share with you a product I use in my workshop. This is a 4x8 sheet of a product called 440 Sound Barrier made by a company called Homosode. It is a highly compressed cellulose fiber board that is used for sound deadening in homes, but makes for a great building surface for your models, and it will protect the top of your workbench. Let me show you how I use it. It easily accepts T-pins and holds them tight. When cutting pieces on top of the board, an X-Acto knife won't gouge the fiber. I like that this material is easy to write on so you can make measurements or marks during your build. And best of all, it will protect your workbench from spills such as oils, paints, and superglues. After a season or two, just swap it out for a new sheet. Also, if you have any extra scraps, they're great for smaller projects, or if you have kids, I highly recommend you use them if they're doing a school project on the kitchen table.
Hi, I'm Adam Woodworth, and for the AMA's October Build Month, I'd like to share with you some tips, tricks, and techniques I use in my custom builds.
You don't need a vacuum former to make custom plastic parts. Large clear heat shrink, which you can usually find at electronic supply stores or the RC car section of your local hobby store, can be sunk around simple forms in order to make custom clear parts. In this example, I'm using the canopy off of a small plastic model. You simply slip the heat shrink over the part and over something to hold it while you're applying heat. I typically use a basswood stick. Then, while slowly rotating the part, you evenly heat it to shrink the shrink tubing. You want to make sure you're rotating it as you're applying the heat so that you don't form any wrinkles or bubbles. Once it's cooled, you can remove it from the stick and then use a pair of scissors to trim off all the excess material. It may take a bit of experimenting to get the right length of heat shrink and the right heat application in order to form a part without any wrinkles or buckles. After you've trimmed off the excess, you're left with a very lightweight part that can be installed in your model.
This technique was used to form the nose and engine bells for the orbiter on this shuttle carrier aircraft conversion I recently did. Thanks for watching, and good luck on your next build.
Hey everyone, Chris here, the RC Geek, coming to you from the shop, and in honor of Build Month, I wanted to provide you guys with just a quick little tip that I use regularly in the shop. Now, I have used all sorts of different airplane stands for assembly, storage, as well as, taking airplanes out to the field, etc. Well, at the end of the day, what I always tend to go back to is something extremely simple. I've got my project here, and you can see that it is resting on a giant foam pad. And so this is something I've done for a really long time, and I never really gave it much thought, right? It's just something I've always done, but this is something that you can get at your local Joann's Fabrics or something like that. It's just foam rubber, and it's like a seat cushion. The nice thing about it is, like when you're working on a model, you need to store an X-Acto knife or something like that, you can just put the knife into the foam, and it just is there for you whenever you need it. And so it's also not going to damage the model as you handle it, except for, of course, your heavy-handed hands if you've got hands like mine. Like I said, it's something I never gave much thought of, but it's something that I've always used and is extremely simple and helpful to me. And so I hope that this is helpful for you. And so as you can see over here, I've got my F-14 resting on a foam pad. That's actually how I store that model on my bench. And so I hope this is helpful for you. Thanks so much, and I'll see you at the field.
Hey everybody, my name is Damon Atwood. I've been an AMA member for many, many years, and many of you may know me as Dad. That's my nickname. You also know that my obsession has been giant scale airplanes, and that's pretty much all I've done for the last 15 to 20 years is building massively big airplanes. But what I want to talk about today is a fun hack that I did in my shop, and it's basically to make my own sanding blocks, because when I build the big airplanes I have to have a way to really get in there and remove a lot of material, and you don't want to use like a electric sander because it just goes too fast. So what I do is I go out to Menards or wherever and buy me a belt sander belt. I cut it up into the pieces I need, And I take a 1x4, I wrap it with material, put a little bit of contact cement in there, I'll staple it, and then use this as my sanding block. The nice thing about using this type of sandpaper is it never wears out. It lasts virtually forever. This has lasted me almost 2 years. So rock on, everybody. I hope this hack helps you, and good luck.
Hi, Fitz here for AMA's Build Month, and I want to talk to you about touch-up paint. Now, quite often I need to either touch up paint on a model or paint a canopy or a cowl the same colors that are on the body of the model. So now one quick easy way is with ordinary latex house paint. It's water soluble and relatively durable. The secret is to take the color sample to your local home improvement store. You can even bring part of the plane. They will scan the color and custom mix a small sample for a low fee. You also have the choice of gloss, semi-gloss, and flat finish. A small bottle goes a long way as you can thin it with water and airbrush it onto your model. It might take a couple of coats, but the paint dries quickly and is almost odor-free. So I think I came out pretty good. Now once you're done, you can apply a clear coat for extra protection and fuel proofing.
A building tip from Sparky. I'm ready to choose another coat of primer on my plane, but I need to take this off. Don't use tape. Go to the kitchen, steal some press and seal. I guarantee she's got it in there. I've already put it on the motor shaft, but all you gotta do is put it around the base here and squish it here, and I'm ready to paint. I used to use aluminum foil, but this stuff is so much better. I'm ready to paint.
Hey everyone, it's Jack and Steve Niezgoda here from 13th Squadron. And our little quick tip is for anyone who likes to build a foam board. What we do is take a heating iron, we're going to round off all the edges of the open exposed foam. What it's going to create is a nice rounded look, a little more scale, and a little more aerodynamic. We're going to show you how to do that.
Okay, so what we use here is a modeling iron, and usually have it set on high. I'm going to use a piece of scrap paper first just to get the feel of it before you do the whole plane. So you go along the edge here, nice and slow, and you just get the feel of this as you go around it, and you'll know how much the foam will melt down below to get that rounded edge you want. So you just keep going over top of it, just slowly, and we'll get there. Alright, so that kind of gives you that nice rounded look like that. And then once you get that, the feel of it, how you do, then you start doing it on the plane, you do the whole thing. We'll show you what it looks like when it's done. Alright, so now that we got all the edges rounded off, let me show you what it looked like before. And now this is what it looks like after.
Alright, we hope this quick tips helps you. Have fun building if you decide to build a foam board or you want to incorporate it into your builds. And have it going.
What's up, all you beautiful AMA people, and happy Build Month. I'm Nate from the RC Saylors, and welcome to the RC Hangar. This is a very exclusive behind-the-scenes look, and I know that we're talking about tools on the workbench right now. I wanted to let you guys know what we use in almost every single build that we put together, and I promise it's better than all of the tools that you are using because it powers all the tools that you're using. Guys, this is a very awesome battery. They call them electric generators, but it's a power bank, 140,000 milliamps. You can use this to power a light if you need more light. Nothing's around. You can use this to power a hot glue gun or to even charge your batteries, in which case we do at the field maybe 50 times in one charge on one of these, and you can keep it charged with a solar panel, which is extremely awesome. If you want to check this out, we'll have a link in the description box below, or you can stop over to our channel and we talk about this and all these RC planes that you're seeing behind me. So much fun, and my wife Abby flies too. Well, happy Build Month. Hopefully you guys are putting something awesome together. Let us know in the comments below what you plan to build and hopefully fly, and we'll see you on YouTube. Thanks for watching.
Hi everybody, it's Terry. I'm here with a quick building tip that deals with the super glues that we use on our models. Many of us are very careful about how we apply the super glue. We even have special tips we put on the bottles to make sure the glue goes exactly where we want it. But when it comes time to apply the accelerator or kicker, we tend to just blast the area with a spray bottle. This is messy and also wasteful. So my tip deals with 2 different ways to apply the accelerator as precisely as we apply the glue. The first way is to use a precision application bottle. And this is basically just a plastic bottle, but the lid to the bottle has a built-in needle applicator. So all you have to do is pour some of your kicker into the bottle, then you can apply it to your bottle through the needle tip. Now, the one thing to be careful of is to make sure that your bottle has a nice tight seal, otherwise the kicker will evaporate out very quickly. Now, these bottles are available through Amazon in many different sizes. And the bottle strategy is helpful for big jobs, such as building a kit where you're going to be doing a lot of gluing and therefore need a lot of kicker. For smaller jobs, I have a different strategy. In those cases, I like to use plastic pipettes. And again, these are available through Amazon in many different sizes. All you have to do is squeeze the pipette to draw in a little bit of kicker from the bottle, and then you squeeze it again to apply it to your model exactly where you want it. And that's all there is to it. So I hope you find these tips helpful the next time you're in your workshop. Thanks for watching and happy building.